Hi, I'm Dominic, and you're getting to watch another shop talk because I'm trying to make them more frequent now. And yeah, that's probably rather self-explanatory after the last one is not so long ago. Sorry. And the reason I thought about making a shop talk is I want to show you what's going on in my shop, and you probably know that I wouldn't go as far as to say that I don't like my shop, but I don't actually like it the way it's set up. It's just too small. So if you're a longer time viewer, then you know that I have this Dream Shop initiative, which is a grandiose name given to something that's, well, nah. I have this idea in mind: if I could take everything out of my shop and put it back in a better way, then what would I do? And can I do that without taking everything out of my shop? Of course, the answer is no, I can't, because I just got too much stuff in here, but I'm getting there. Also, I make myself believe. But right now it's getting a little cramped, and the reason is bees. No, actually it's not. It's a bee house. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this bee house, this wooden contraption thingy loaded onto a large trailer. That's my current bee house, and it's an old one that I got off, say, a local Craigslist equivalent. But I had also bought a wooden garage, so 3 by 5 meters, so that a car can fit in. And the idea was to put it next to this functioning bee house to use as an extension for honey harvest, and probably also to keep chickens in it. But yeah, then I have to be honest, I messed up. There is this, how can I put it without sounding stupid? Not at all, so I'll just put it the way it comes to mind. Imagine you have beams and you put them across each other to get a grid. And you join them by making half-lap joints, i.e. there is these grooves that go together. So in the end, the whole thing is as thick as a beam. Which also means that you cut the beams in half, or halven the size, the depth of the beam. And since that is the size of beam that I used, and for comparison, that didn't really work out. And at a point when I thought it was sturdy enough, then one of my kids jumped on it because the ground is sloped. I had to prop it up, and yeah, there was some breaking going on. I tried to fix that. I didn't really fix it, and I put boards on it, then I put OSB on it, then I started putting up the wooden garage, and it has wall segments. And when I put two together, I already noticed that the floor was sagging, and it wasn't sagging just in one direction, but also in another. And then after some struggle, I decided that it wasn't worth putting the house up on there and to have it come down next winter or whatever, or having to fix it in 1 or 2 years. So I'd just take down the defunct base and put a new one in. I intend to use thicker beams, 15 by 15 or 6 by 6 inches probably, and not cut them at all, but put them on top of each other this way and that. And yeah, that should be a lot more sturdier, but I haven't gotten around to it. We've had bad weather, then we've had good weather on the holidays where stuff with the kids was to do. Then we had bad weather, then I took a week off, and exactly in that week there was great weather and I got sick. So I haven't really gotten that done yet. And why am I telling you this? To explain the following panorama. And as you can see, there's a pile on yes, that's a table saw underneath there, and somehow it happened to be turned, as opposed to last week, but that's because I had to fix the lifting mechanism, which is a story for another day, or I hope no story at all, because I hope it's fixed now. But I managed to over-tighten it, and the thing that lifts it managed to bend a piece of the superstructure, and I hope it's working, but I don't want to buy a new saw because it's a good saw if it works, but the spare part situation, I don't know. Anyway, that's firewood. These boards will probably also be firewood because they were on the bottom, contact to grass and soil. There's some think there's some molding going on and there's still nails in there, so it's probably not worth salvaging them. And these are the aforementioned beams, and they are still intact. These pieces I already cut in half with a handsaw. They were 5 meters long, so a short one and a long one together. And right now I'm using my miter saw to cut them up to, well, to such pieces, and some of them have kind of breakage going on like this, or there's some more severe ones. I'll probably slice them along this way on the table saw at some point, and then use them as wood. So, and to show you a little more than just that, I have to balance my way through here. It's not easy, and that's, well, what I was complaining about. Here I have a chunk of beeswax, and I made something for that and a video about this, and it probably has more add-ons or, how to call them, well, additional segments to explain things than any of my videos before, but it was the kind of video where I had the idea for a while and I just set out to make it, and I did it within an hour and recorded everything I hopefully need, which is something that I haven't managed to do in a while. For example, this guy here, I hope you saw my birdhouse challenge entry video, yeah. And this one took me a lot longer, especially since I procrastinated about what to do with it in the meantime. And I hope to get more of these spur of the moment things, or done in a moment things. There's something else that I started, and that's supposed to be a coin holder. It didn't really work out. The idea that I had is kind of gone right now. I think I took it apart, but the idea now was to put it on a bag, and just like this, and put some acrylic in front of it. But well, for starters, I took some where the hole was in the right place, put them on top of some blanks, tried to drill through it. The Forstner holes worked okay, but the spade bits wandered, and it didn't really work as intended. And I'd have to make a number of those to cover all my wife's coin collecting needs, or euro collecting needs. So it's back to the drawing board. I have a few ideas, but I hope they work out, because well, let me put it this way. If I had a CNC machine, I could just draw the lines that I need. I try not to trip. Pretty trippy video here. I could draw the lines that I need, and then just have the machine do all the work, do the accuracy, and I could just move them the way I want them. With this, I want them to all look the same, but I'm having, as you can see, I'm having trouble to mass produce them, to make a batch and make it all look the same. I have some ideas, but quite frankly, I haven't had the patience to set them into reality. But that's what I'm working on right now. And since I mentioned the CNC, I'm pondering, or I have pondered getting a new toy. Based on finding a CNC machine, no, sorry, a 3D printer that's made and shipped from a country in the European Union. And why is that? Why does it matter? Well, the thing is, if I get something from the United States, I have to pay shipping. And for example, I think I put together an X-Carve a while back to see what it would cost, and it had about $100 shipping alone, $100 for shipping, and then when kind of importing it into Germany at least, there is I think it's the VAT, the tax and customs, and that comes up to about another 20% of the price. So imagine buying something for $1,000, I'd have to pay $1,300 to get it here. Not to mention, with a complex thing like the X-Carve, if there's something wrong, mailing stuff back and forth or getting spare parts can get tricky. With this 3D printer, I like the concept and the idea of having such a tool, and I'd love to take one for free. I started pondering at first, for the sake of the argument, whether I should get a CNC or 3D printer. Quite frankly, I have thought about it, mulled it over, considered that if I would get one of these tools, I'd get a CNC, for several reasons, but I don't know I wouldn't know where to put it. I don't have the money yet, so I'd have to save up on it anyway. Right now I think I should make more use of the tools that I have and possibly upgrade some of them. My drill press is 12 to 15 years old, and it was a $99 bucks deal at a discounter. It's still working okay, but well, it's not a really professional tool. What I'd like is these crossed laser lines to see exactly where I'm drilling. On my bandsaw is, well, on the, let's say on the low end of the semi non-professional spectrum, it works, but it could do better. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me, but I hope it's interesting to you to hear what's going on in my shop. Right now I'm thinking I'd save some money, kind of setting up a tool fund, and then we'll see where it goes from there. I think I've talked long enough now. I actually didn't want to edit this, but I'm approaching 50 minutes and I think I should edit it down a little. But thank you for watching. Please follow me on social media. I post stuff like this or views from the shop on Instagram, and I'm pretty active on Twitter, or at least I like to think so. So if you want to stay in touch, follow me there. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to this channel, because that's my second channel, Shoptalk Extreme, as you probably noticed. And as always, remember to be inspired. Spurned by the idea, not spurned, spawned, anyway. I think it doesn't really matter if it's the dollar bug or the euro bug. I just got the bug or not. Sorry, I'm tangenting again.